These guys know what they're doing as well, right? And they can help you make data-driven decisions. So really, and then all of a sudden he just showed me the dashboard that you guys build, and I was just sold like that.
All right, what's going on, guys? It's Jared here from Emberly, and next to me I have Mr. Ethan Nguyen, all the way out from Australia. We just happened to be in Cape Town together at the same time, which is great. Really excited to be able to do this in person. So I am not going to butcher your introduction. So Ethan, tell the people who you are and what you do.
So my name's Ethan. I'm 22 from Australia. What I do is I help real estate agents get more clients. The way I do that is by running ads, building them sales funnels and automations, and then also helping them build content. And so essentially that's what I do and who I am. Yeah.
All right, Ethan. So before we had spoken to you or you had hopped on a call with us, were you at all like data conscious and you knew like you had to implement some sort of tracking infrastructure in your company before you had even spoken to us?
I've known for a long time, probably about a year now, that I did have to track. The thing is, though, with data tracking is that it takes a lot of work. Like you're already running your business, right, in the day-to-day, running ads, building funnels, helping clients create content, doing sales calls, hopping on client calls, all of that kind of thing, right? And data is probably the thing you think about the very least. But it's one of the most important parts of the business that will actually help you scale, at least in my opinion. Definitely is what I think and what these guys are offering, right? So I was data conscious for about a year now. I understood that there's certain metrics within a business, and when you understand what the metrics are, what the KPIs are you need to hit, and the discrepancies from where you are and where you want to go, you can use that data to actually make decisions. And so, for example, one of the earliest decisions that I made with their system, their tracking system, is that we found out on my landing page, not enough people were actually clicking on the call to action after landing on the landing page and watching the VSL as well. So just from that, I was able to make a decision, and they helped me with this, where I actually changed something on the landing page and it helps conversions go up already. We've got more booked appointments on the calendar because of that one decision and that one piece of data that we just looked at.
Amazing. Yeah, I loved what you touched on with how important it is to look at the small things that a lot of people overlook in their company. And of course, it's only important for people at a certain level to actually really look at these things. And you had already been at that level for a while where you kind of had to take a deeper dive into your company and those small metrics that make, at the end of the day, very large impacts on your company. So, when we hopped on a call first time and we explained kind of what we did, what we would implement in your company, what was the one thing that made you like, shit, I need to buy this, like that really sold you?
So I think that thing, and just to preface this, I actually hopped on a call with one of their other clients, Ryan. So Ryan, one of their other clients, but he spoke to me and he was asking me about, are you tracking your sales calls, your conversions, all that kind of thing? And I was telling him like, no, not really. And then all of a sudden he just showed me the dashboard that you guys build. And I was just sold like that. Because for the longest time, I have been looking for something to track my data and actually help me make decisions. But just the effort it takes to actually build something like that, gather all of the different systems together, track the information, and make it cohesive in a simple visual dashboard, it's just so hard, right? And so even before the first call with you guys, he already sold me on it, and technically I sold myself, right? And I just saw a product that fit what I wanted. And as soon as I hopped on the call, I just had a super chill conversation with Isaac, your business partner, and just paid on the call. For me, it's an easy decision to make just because I know how much data impacts a business. Like you can make one small tweak in some sort of process and your business can 10x. You need to understand it through having data first.
I think we only started working together maybe 2 weeks ago from today, a little less than 2 weeks even. But tell me, what has been the experience like working with our team?
So incredible experience. These guys are very sharp. They're on the ball. As soon as you ask something, they get it done for you, right? And these guys know what they're doing as well, right? And they can help you make data-driven decisions. So, like the example I was saying before, I bought the dashboard about 2 weeks ago now. You know, the heavens decided that we would actually meet up in Cape Town, which is incredible, right? And so we actually met up last week, and I didn't even make a conscious decision, or like I didn't realize it yet, but Jared approached me and said, hey, like this metric, like from the dashboard that they built, is a little bit too low. We need to make some changes here. So it's not even just that I went ahead and looked at it. Jared looked at it and then made a decision for me, or not necessarily made a decision, but brought up the fact that there was a part of the process that was lacking. And if we changed it, it would just immediately increase conversions just like that. Yeah, incredible experience working with these guys post onboarding, even before, like on the sales calls, you know they're chill people, right? And they want to actually help you out. That's what data does in the first place. Even meeting up with them in person, we're friends now, right? So super cool. Very, very, very cool that you can pay somebody and you actually become friends with them. In terms of the business aspect, very, very quick communication. They deliver on their promises. They work fast. They actually go above and beyond for you as well.
Amazing. Appreciate that, Ethan. Yeah, we really try to do that for every single one of our clients. And one of the things that we prioritize is just moving incredibly quickly, because time is really of the essence when you're making these decisions. Because it's one thing to be able to see a leak or a improvement that can be made in your business, but it's another thing to act on it quickly. There's no point in seeing something and waiting a week or two to even do something about it or act on it. It's been great. And again, you also have helped us in being able to really move quickly with what we've done. And so leads me to my next question. In this time that you've had access to a tool like the dashboard and sort of access to us and what we've sort of helped you just kind of look at and analyze in your business, what has been the biggest value add that you have experienced in this sort of short time of working with us?
So I think the biggest value add for me is just having more of an analytical brain when it comes to thinking about my business. So for example, now I see my metrics on a dashboard and I can easily look at it and make a decision based on, certain percentages, certain numbers. Like if something looks a little bit too low, I can quickly say, okay, cool. Pick up to booking ratio is just way too low. Like what's going on there? I know that I have to speak to my team and say, guys, what's going on? Why are people picking up the phone? You're having a conversation with them and they're not converting into calls. Now I know that it's either my team not doing a good enough job or it's the script that's not good enough, right? But without having that data in the first place, I would never have known that, that is something I needed to fix in the first place. I looked at the numbers one day. It was like 9 picked up calls and 9 uninterested and 0 booked. So I immediately was like, okay, cool. Like what's going on? I went to my team, like what's going on here? Why are people not converting into book calls? Now that my team can actually send me those calls, I can listen back to the calls and see where was it going wrong. And so it's not just that one instance, it's every single other metric within the business as well. So lead to pickup ratio, pickup to booking, landing on the funnel versus actually clicking on the call to action or scrolling down to the VSL, clicking on the VSL. All of those different metrics, these guys have helped me track and actually visualize it beautifully. Like the dashboard is amazing. It's so clear to visualize all the different pieces of data within my business. So for example, my YouTube, I can see my YouTube conversions, my setters, my closes, my calls as well, how many sales I've made over the month. There's different tabs and I can see pretty much every single metric within the business itself. And it's just incredible.
100%. And there's still a bunch of cool things that we're going to be building out for Ethan. I think to summarize like what you were saying, if we can summarize in one word, what we do is just provide visibility to business owners, and doing so with the mechanism that we provide, it's really a single source of truth for your company. We minimize any form of human error that can take place in the process, and everything is pulled straight from source. So you know that these numbers that you have on are accurate and they're not tampered with, they're not manipulated with. These are real numbers, and you can make decisions to really like move the needle even quicker. All right, well, Ethan, that is it from my side. Thank you so much for taking the time and just giving your thoughts on working with us and what you've experienced so far, having access to sort of a tool like the dashboard. that we built out for you, and I really appreciate what you said about it. And it's been really a pleasure having you as a client as well, because like I said, we both have the same mentality when it comes to working fast on things. So yeah, excited to see all the things that we're going to be adding on, and how we're going to be building on top of what we have now and using that to really grow your company to the next level. Yeah.